Hey everyone, so here is Project Firebird ZL1. Got it in here, and so today what we're going to do is I'm just going to kind of do a quick little overview on what we're going to do, what the next steps are, and then might get into starting to work into these first few steps in this video. Not too sure how much time will go here, but yeah, it's going to be a lot of work, kind of like talking about this and kind of laughing at how much of this original car will still be here, how much will be replaced. So regardless, whatever it is, some of the stuff that we're going to have to replace. So I'm going to have to do a big clean out as well, but if you want to come take a look at some of this, got this whole quarter panel right here. The whole thing, of course, is going to have to be replaced. And need to replace up to the full quarters up here. Looked into, I'm pretty sure that those are still available. Otherwise, the other ones are just these lower quarters right here, but I want to replace the entire full quarter right there. And the back here, if you want to come around here, the taillights, probably going to get all brand new ones, even though those, I mean, see that one's all cracked there. This, I have to try and find a replacement. Just got to see what's available still. A lot of these parts are still available, but some of them are not. But we will replace or repair when needed. This whole rear bumper valance here has to be replaced. The doors, you take a look at that. Let me move this out of the way here. So you can see this door here. I mean, I could probably clean some of that up, but with some of this, you know, that cancer, that rust in there, I'm just gonna get a brand new door, just to get rid of that whole thing. I mean, look at this, some of this here, it's pretty bad. Walk to the front here. This fender, I believe he said he replaced this door and this wasn't fitting right, so this dent here, he actually put that in there, but that's okay. I'll take care of it for you, Mark. I'll fix it. So this whole fender here has to get replaced. So here's the old Modus, the 2.8 multi-port fuel injected. So in like the mid to late 80s, this was a very common motor, replaced with a 3.1 in 90 for the cars that had them. I'm not sure exactly what the Firebirds had for the V6s back then. But anyway, this 2.8 is a fairly fresh motor. Now it has been run, I think, in 11 years, Mark said, but this is a pretty decent motor. However, don't think that this is going to stay in it. This motor here, the transmission, are going to be yanked out, and that's going to be replaced with an LT4 supercharged 6.2 liters. So that has about 650 horsepower. They put it in the ZL1 Camaros, which is why I'm kind of dubbing it as the Firebird ZL1. And then, of course, most notably, they had it in the C7 Corvettes. The transmission, there's a few available ones for that engine. We're going to go with a 10-speed automatic transmission, which means in the inside, you know, the tunnel kind of between the two front seats where the transmission's in there, that's going to have to be reworked because it's a much larger transmission. Future video. So on here, obviously this whole front bumper is going to be replaced. There are some things in here I think we can, from this radiator core support right here, we can probably save. Some of these inner fenders will have to be replaced. Those are all rusty and bad. The front fender right here is just like the same condition as the other one. The hood has to be replaced. Let me show you here. One, I don't know with the new motor where it's going to sit here, so I might have to get a taller hood. But anyway, take a look at this hood. You can come up here with this video. So this car was stolen at one time, and I believe, if I remember correctly, that's an axe. People that stole it. I don't know what they were thinking. But in any case, got that. Here. The door right here, of course. This door takes a screwdriver to open, so we got to take care of that. And then the same thing, this quarter right here is actually worse condition than the other side. But those that remember this car, so the owner, he bought this when he was 14 years old. saved his money. So he got it before he even had his license. So the car means a whole lot to him, which is what I had talked about. If those who have seen some of the videos that I posted on TikTok about this, it's very, a lot of sentimental value with this. It means a lot to him, which is why some of you might wonder why fix up a car like this. Well, that's why. It means a whole lot to him, being his first car he got when he was 14. So and those that remember this car from high school, that grew up with us, they remember this car, and it's going to be put back as it looks, as close to original as possible. Now there's a few things. I'm not sure about the rims, because we're gonna actually have to go with larger rims, because we're gonna have larger brake system back there. But it's gonna keep a louver, either this one or a replacement one. The spoiler back here, which was always remembered as a black spoiler on this red car, the car's gonna stay red. And then this spoiler, the one that will be on here, will also be black, just like what everyone remembers. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. The interior, we're gonna gut this, of course. So the people that stole it, they were gonna bring it to a scrapyard, and they filled it with all kinds of junk. And this is actually, believe it or not, this is the cleaned out part, version of this. But we're gonna clean this out as well, and then strip the whole interior. And I would like to, the seats will have to be reupholstered, but I'd like to kind of keep them looking like this if possible. Kind of got to see who can do those. But yeah, this is going to be the new project. Now there is some work on the undercarriage. I will lift the car up and kind of show you some of that. So you can see here, someone stole, when they stole the car, this might have been when this happened. There was another time where it was like pushed out the back of a garage. Whichever it was, it doesn't have the wheel there anymore. But all that's gonna be replaced. We're gonna have a independent rear suspension, all some new suspension system, everything like that. So that won't be so bad. Now with all of this, as much as this might seem like a lot of work, and it's going to be a lot of work, this is not even what you see here. That's not the hard part. The one thing, hopefully you heard me on all that. One of the main things on this that's going to be a lot of work. It can be done. I've done it before. I had an '83 Firebird. It is, because this car is it's not a frame car, those that don't know. There's not a full frame under here. It's unibody subframe. So if you come underneath here, can you see this right here? That's like the frame. That's a subframe right there. So there's a portion here that's tied in with the body of the car. There's two right here, and then there are these two right up here as well. See the two right here? Now the front ones are in really good shape. The back ones actually, I'm gonna have to replace. Now, as I mentioned, those are tied in with the body, but kind of see, come over here a little bit. You can see right here, this is tied in with the floor. There are some spot welds in there, so I know that those can be replaced. Sometimes I may have to get used ones, so I don't have to search for that, but that's for another day. That can be done. Like I said, I had an '83 Firebird that some of them were all rusted on. We refabricated those, and that is going to be the hardest part of this whole rebuild, the whole restoration. But we'll get there. Whatever it takes, right? It's his first car, a lot of sentimental value. See, the floors have to be all replaced. So that's one of the things we're going to do too. Is with this, we'll have a car body rotisserie. So we're going to drop the drivetrain, the engine transmission, drop the rear end, all the suspensions. We'll have the body of the car, and we're going to put that on a rotisserie. So rotisserie, just like you think about barbecuing your chicken, you put the chicken on a rotisserie, it turns around. That's what the car body rotisserie will be. So we'll have just the body sitting on a rotisserie. We can turn it upside down, turn it on its side, and we'll be able to work on everything really easily and really nicely. So that is Project Firebird ZL1. So tune in, Make sure you like and subscribe. Look for other future videos coming up as we start to work on this. Probably gonna start to pull some of like the hood and then the drivetrain and stuff, and then clean out the interior. So whatever order we do with those videos, subscribe so you can look for those, and share. Would really appreciate it. All right, talk to you guys later.